Welcome back to Lucid Trading. Good morning to everybody out there, and I hope you guys had an amazing, beautiful Tuesday. Today's going to be an interesting day. We got Jerome Powell speaking at the FOMC meeting, which is going to be in roughly 6 hours from now. We're, of course, going to be covering the whole... well, it's not necessarily the meeting that we're going to be covering. It's the press release that Jerome Powell is going to be giving, right? So Jerome is going to be coming out and is going to talk about what's been what they're discussing about. I think we'll get more information about the actual meeting next month. But yeah, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Let's see who we have here. We got Jin Lee, John Smith, J Max, Jennifer, Espen, Little and Big, Patrick, Ajibola, Jill, Tank, Joel, Jasper. Guys, welcome back. Hit that like button. Let's go. All right. So looking at the market right now, crypto is being hit, right? We're seeing Bitcoin go down. Ethereum is going down. The 10-year is heading down as well. And on top of that, the Russell's actually starting to move lower as well here. We can see that the MACD is about to come down significantly. So it does seem like we'll see the Russell go down a slight bit more, which is quite interesting given that the 10-year went down and now the Russell is sort of pulling back. I don't think it's going to be a severe pullback. I think it's going to be a tiny pullback, might consolidate for a bit, and I'm expecting it to return back to the upside, and I think we're going to see all-time highs on the Russell very, very soon. Let's delete this. It's just going to be a matter of time, right? So I'll give it that. Gold is pulling back slightly as the dollar is holding up. Yeah, it's kind of funny because everybody out there is like, hey, you should be buying gold and silver and everything. Meanwhile, gold is starting to fall back already. It's not even close to the all-time high. And I don't think we're going to get to the all-time high anytime soon. I think gold is probably going to go sideways for a time. That would make more sense. What do we have here in the live chat? But yeah, welcome back to Kemal, Cash, Neely, Yopadi, Andrew, Andre, Steve, Andreas, Irene, Mr. Ahmad. I hope you guys are doing well. We're going to have an interesting live stream here. Like I said, we're going to be covering stocks like AMC. We're going to be covering C3.ai, Palantir, Tesla, Big Tech, just the usual stuff that we cover. And on top of that, we're going to be covering Jerome Powell actually speaking at the FOMC meeting. That is going to be in a couple hours. So let me just edit this. There you go. That looks better. But in the meantime, we're going to try to predict where some stocks are heading. We said the NASDAQ would pull back yesterday. It pulled back, all right. So let's see what's going to be the next move here for the NASDAQ. Grab this trend line. There you go. I don't think there's going to be much of a difference. I think it might actually pull back slightly further. So might double down on this. So slightly further back to around 13,950. If it holds that, I think we're ready to go above and beyond. We'll see all-time highs back to back. It's all going to depend on what's going to be happening today at the FOMC meeting. Do you predict a green day or a red day? I think it could be red until the actual press release where Jerome Powell is going to be releasing, or he's going to be talking about what's been happening with the FOMC meeting. But yeah, until then, I expect red. Of course, it is difficult to say what's going to happen. I mean, it's a very short time span. It could pull back slightly further, just like what we saw yesterday, where it hit the resistance. I think it could pull back slightly further, consolidate at that level, and potentially zoom back upwards. The Dow Jones. Let me check the Dow Jones here. Yeah, look at that. Dow Jones is pulling back quite nicely. How much of a downturn are we speaking about? 2%. So that was 2% from the all-time high. It is down 2.5%. This is of course related to the CPI report that we have recently gotten. I have a feeling my microphone is actually a little too silent. Let me prop it up. That should do. Beautiful sound. All right. Yeah, we're touching this bottom right here on the Dow Jones 3 times now. The 34,000. It seems like that is going to act as a solid support here for the Dow Jones. The 4 hours is indicating that, hey, we're about to see the MACD be crossed, so some positive momentum is building up. RSI is looking pretty low. Even on the daily chart, we're seeing that same thing. I expect the Dow Jones to probably move back up like a percentage point. Not necessarily percentage point, but I mean half a percentage point to a percentage point. Soon back up. And if we're going to be really specific here, let's use that Fibonacci. Yeah, 34,300. It's kind of what I'm looking at. So maybe see a move like that. Yeah, especially given that the financials, right? So the big banks have pulled back as well. So the big banks pulled back. We might see them bounce back up. Just slightly, right? So even if it's just slightly, it could take the Dow with it. Along with other industrials. Are you averaging down on CCIV? Yes, I am averaging down on CCIV stock. I do think CCIV is becoming cheaper and cheaper. So I think that does make sense. By the way, guys, hit that like button. Let's go. Just briefly checking something out here. All right. AMC is down 2.6% in the pre-market. That is looking very, very painful. If it fails to hold the $60, which is, it's happening right now. I mean, it closed below 60, sat around 59, now down 2.7%. Oh, there we go. Come on, click. I would expect it to go back to $50. Like, it would straight up dump to that $50. Very close to this range, right? So the lower 50s would be the next target range for AMC. This is considering that it tried to go above 60, which is a very, very crucial level for AMC. And it failed to breach several times. And we're seeing the MACD potentially about to cross. I'm going to say it might initially go back to like lower 50s. If the rally would continue at the lower 50s, we could see people come in and buy the dip, right? And then we'll see another leg up. But that's if the rally continues. It could also fall below that trend line, given that the fundamentals don't align with the actual asset price. Alrighty. I mean, it's painful for some people out there. Keep in mind, some people bought AMC at 70, at 65, at 60. So for those people, that's going to be quite painful. Oh wow, Palantir is going down 1.6%. That is kind of insane. What the hell is happening? This is weird because they have good news and then the stock just plummets. But I did say it previously that the good news is great, but Palantir already moved 50%. Very close to 60%. So for it to just consolidate between $24 and $25, it makes perfect sense, right? So when you see a large move like what we have seen with Palantir, for it to move sideways, it makes perfect sense. It's a normal thing. This is indicating where the trend is, right? So right now it's failing to hold the trend, but I do think it's going to be zooming back up to 27 in the coming weeks. I have to say I was a little lazy here. I mean, it's almost predictable that Palantir fails to breach 25 and it pulls back to 24, which is a significant support. That is super predictable. But I was trying to just indicate like the trend is going to that 27. That's the next big resistance. And I do think there's a lot of momentum right now for it to carry it to the 27. Let's see. AMC looks like a cup and handle. Yeah, can you look at this CCIV daily chart? I think I can. One second. Oh, that is looking good. Wow, that is looking really good. I'll probably purchase some more CCIV. Yeah, it looks like we're hitting right. We're getting very close to that trend line. It's a short-term trend line, so it's not super reliable. But if it does uphold, that would be beautiful, right? We would see it bounce from here all the way back to 24 probably. And that will happen in a couple days, right? It doesn't happen in one day. It could happen in one day, but I doubt that. It's oversold, so we're seeing on the 4 hours CCIV is oversold. Like we've said in the past, it's about the fact that they delayed the merger, and on top of that, they came out with some really confusing news regarding the actual merger and how a CCIV share would become a Lucid share. Apparently, they said that for every worker that's working at Lucid, the ratio would be 2.6 CCIV shares to 1 Lucid share, I believe. And for everybody else, it's just 1 to 1. When is the merger date? The merger date is roughly right around here, right? So this is the merger date. This is the, yeah, that's when it's going to be done. Or that's when the ticker is going to change. I think it's just going to rally until then. Like, there's no way around that. There is no way around that. So for now, I would expect it to hit the crucial Fibonacci levels. One sec. That's just insane. Look at that. There you go. Right, so initially I'm expecting it to go back to around $25. I'll give it like a week. So next week I could probably see that being at 25. It's not going to go up in one line necessarily. The trend is heading up like that, almost like a parabolic curve. But we'll see tiny corrections along the way. But it's going to hold the trend. It's going to gradually go higher and higher and higher. And I would expect it to be above 30 probably around the first week of July. The second week of July, just as we're getting close to the merger. That would make sense. Hype would be building up. Momentum is going to be building up. And there's a lot of people that know about CCIV, about Lucid Motors, about the merger happening next month. So there's going to be tons of excitement. And then on top of that, you've got the more positive sentiment now because we got the recent CPI result wasn't as bad as people were expecting. So that is definitely aiding this whole rally. Good morning to everybody. Good morning to everybody out there that just recently joined the live stream. Welcome back. Louis Magalon came in with a $5 donation. It says, "What do you think of Romeo Power, please?" I think I've gotten that very often, actually. Romeo Power, lots of interest there. Thank you, Louis, for that donation. I'll check it out. We said it was going to be holding the trend and zoom upwards. It broke trend, actually. Look at this. Went down 6.5%. It looks like it's starting to hold now as it's at a crucial support. So I'm just going to I just want to move this right here. I think it still could make sense. Went a little lower, didn't hold this support range, goes to the next support range. And I would say the MACD's looking sweet. Yeah, look at this. MACD's being breached on the 1 hour. Yeah, I'm not changing my mind on this. I think we're probably going to see Romeo Power zoom back up to $12 eventually, right? The initial target that I'm seeing here is the 9.5. That is a resistance. It's going to probably hit that 9.5. Might pull back afterwards, but initially hit 9.5. Then we're going to have the $10. And then beyond that, we'll get to the $12. So it's looking good. It's looking better than what we have seen in the past with this descending movement. Check the 4 hours. What did I do? Did I just... What the hell? Oh, there you go. Cool. So Romeo Power looking quite bullish. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Okay, can you look at the CCIV? Lots of people are holding CCIV, which does make sense. There we go. Let me just let everybody know that we are live. Cool. Alright, so the Nasdaq is starting to slightly pull back up. Look at that. So it's the Nasdaq pulling up, but everything else is in the negative, I believe. Let me check the S&P. No, the S&P is flat. I mean, I find it very strange that we haven't seen the S&P pull back significantly in a while. This was the most significant pullback that we had, a 5% pullback. But we haven't seen any 10% pullbacks, none of that. It's just been teeny tiny pullbacks. We even had an all-time high recently, as of late, on the 15th, which was yesterday, right? Oh my gosh. Was that yesterday? Yeah, so yesterday, an all-time high in the S&P at 4,270. Yeah, critics like Michael Burry are calling this a speculative bubble. What time is Powell speaking? He's going to be speaking, I think, 2:30 Eastern Time. And we're going to be covering that, so we're going to be live streaming the whole press release. We'll be live for Jerome Powell when he's speaking at the FOMC, because that's quite crucial, right? He might say something that we haven't heard yet, maybe, or he's just going to be regurgitating what he has been saying the past months and just the past year, which is basically that they're not going to taper down. They're going to keep interest rates low, and you'll see the market run if he doubles down on that. It's going to be quite insane. This bubble is going to keep on building up. We're now sitting at a PE ratio of 46, I believe, on the S&P, which is quite high. It's you can't take that lightly. Last time we had a PE ratio in that range was in the .com and in the 2008 market crash. So it's a little worrisome. Neely for Rock coming in here with a 20 Norwegian krone donation and says, can you look at Rana, R-A-N-A, a Norwegian mining company? I'll take a look at that briefly. I don't know if I'm going to be very useful here. I think it's probably small market cap. Oh, it's actually a 2.9 billion market cap. All right. Interesting. It hit resistance. It started pulling back. 3.7% dividends quarterly. Yeah, I mean, this one went up because of the fact that there's inflation. You can clearly see that. And given that the CPI results are indicating that there's less and less, at least on the North American hemisphere, I would expect it to fall over the next month. Back to the trend line, and if I'm going to be like getting down to the nitty and gritty things here, back to around $76. Yeah, so I think it's going to fall back to $76 initially. Although I'm not sure if the technicals are supporting this though, because the MACD is indicating that it's going to be zooming back up. That's why I said, that's why I drew it like this, where it might actually pull back a little higher, hit 79, maybe $80. But I think eventually it's going to trend downwards back to this 75, 76. So that's my opinion about this one. Thanks, dude. Good dividend yield, getting better every quarter. Recently IPO. Engaged in iron ore mining and mineral process. I mean, commodities, you know, minerals, they're doing really good right now. There's no doubt about that. But that could already be priced into the stock. So when they start doing less good, or at least worse, I would not be surprised if we would see a pullback in stocks like RANA. Nothing lasts forever, so, and the whole idea is that inflation is transitory, so it's temporary. So we have temporary boosts in inflation, and eventually it's going to come back down. Of course, it could take longer, right? Maybe it lasts a year, maybe 2 years. But I'm more in the camp of like, this is, over the coming months, we'll see lower and lower degrees of CPI inflation and just inflation in general. And stocks like these are going to gradually pull back. This is going to pull back to the trend line. Okay. Yeah, we covered Bitcoin. We said Bitcoin was going to come back to 39,000, hit the support, and zoom back up. I am still bearish on Bitcoin, but it could zoom up to 44K and even 50K eventually before it starts really pulling back again. How about Amazon? Tesla today. Yeah, we'll be covering Tesla in a minute. I don't know what's happening with Tesla right now, though. Hold up. Let me check Amazon as well. Damn, Amazon is rising up quite fast. Holy moly. Do you predict Powell's news is going to be good or bad? I think it's going to be good. You might see a tiny pullback because, of course, there's some uncertainty. So people might sell. But I think it's going to be good. I think over the coming weeks, we're going to see tech and growth stocks go up even further. So I don't think it's going to be bad. And the one of the main reasons is that the ECB is already adding to their asset purchases. we might see the Federal Reserve actually join them in that, which means that they're going to be supporting the market even more, even further. And basically it means they're going to be printing more money. It's a possibility. So if he announces that, then guess what? Stocks are going to fly incredibly high, and this bubble is just going to be pumped up even further. I'm bored of waiting for Tesla to wake up. Oh, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be so worth it. Trust me on that one. When it wakes up, it's going to wake up, right? So we'll see like 10, 15, 20% moves on Tesla stock. I think people would like to see that. I currently have some options on Tesla with 5 times leverage. So I would love to see some good upside on Tesla stock. Oops. Neo. Okay, look at that. We said Neo was going to pull back from 47 to 45. That actually happened. It went to the trend line. In fact, it's actually below the trend line right now. Really interesting. We would like to happen for Tesla, but we all know. I mean, it's just going to be a matter of time. Fundamentals are building up. Deliveries are coming. Earnings is coming. I think it's going to be a matter of time until Tesla is going to shoot up. And it's been going down for like months now. Because there was a lot of FUD and because of Elon's tweets, you know, that creates uncertainty. So what's happening next for Neo, right? So some people want to know this, and I'm pretty darn sure I can tell you. Is that the next trend line that we have here for Neo? Let's check the 4 hours. 4 hours is still negative. Which makes sense, right? So if the stock goes up like Neo's been going up, it makes sense that it pulls back. It might consolidate for a while. So that basically means we might see some sideways movement here. Which is going to be quite boring, right? So people are buying Neo so they can see their, you know, money go up significantly really fast. Looks like we might see some sideways movement. It's just kind of in this range. See if we can grab a horizontal ray. There we go. Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of trading in that range for some time. And initially it looks like it's downtrending, right? So it could be something like this. And just, yeah, that's kind of the idea. So I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of movement here. But I would expect it to try to fill the gap and then come down again to the downside. As we're getting closer to the end of the month, we're going to see more and more momentum come in for Neo stock. Mainly because we've got deliveries coming up for the first week of the month, right? So July, every single month, the first week of the month, we get deliveries for the month prior. And that's usually strange. I don't know why that reconnection happened, but it happened. My cable is in there perfectly, so I don't know. It's weird. That is really weird. Oh well. Hopefully it wasn't too annoying. If it happens again, I'm going to have to check something downstairs where I've got the modem. I think there shouldn't be any more problems. Alright, let's get back to business. How is gold looking? Looks like it's in a good spot. I don't think it's looking in a good spot. Not at all. Carp selling won't stop until all the hair. Yeah, I mean he's been selling a lot of Palantir stock, hasn't he? It's been very very interesting to see him sell stock back to back to back to back. But I don't think he has a choice. I don't think he has much of a choice. AMC is down 4% in the pre-market. I said it previously, we failed to go above a very crucial level, which is the $60. And the next level, we have a tiny support right here at 56. If it pulls back below that level, then AMC is going to come down to the Fibonacci retracement level down here at around $52 to $50. So the lower 50s. That could be a recharging point for the bulls where they could be buying the dip again. I could be completely wrong and it just stops at 56. Who knows? But it's looking pretty darn weak right now. And this is, especially if you look at the long-term charts, like the 4 hours, does look an awful lot like it's going to be coming down here. Yeah. It's like between two stages. If people keep buying and it goes above 60, we could see a gamma squeeze, and who knows where it's going to go. But if that doesn't happen, it's going to go equally fast to the downside. So that's kind of what we're seeing here. Yeah, it briefly went to 64, but it didn't stay there. It pulled back significantly afterwards. It needs to stay at 60. We got about 12 minutes left until the market opens, guys. Smash that like button. Let's get that going. Also, please let me know which stock you want me to cover right now for you. And smash that like button. Let's go. Gara, bought lots of shares of CCF when you said it will go to 24.25 and then back up. I'm down over 130,000. Oh, wow. That's insane. Whew. Yeah, I say it all the time. I'm not a financial advisor, and also just because I'm bullish on a stock doesn't necessarily mean that I'm saying go all in. I never say that. I never say anybody should be buying or selling, but with CCIV, even at 24.25, that's not a bad price. My throat is killing me. At 24.25, I don't think CCIV is a bad price at all. At all, right? So it's just going to be a matter of time until it zooms back up. But of course, $22 is great. And keep in mind, CCIV sat at $24, $25, and then the news came out about the merger being delayed. So I mean, I can tell you where stocks are going. You know, I can try to predict. But if they're, I can't predict when or when not we see fundamental news about a stock. And that's the main reason that it pulled back so significantly from the 24 down like 7.5%. Cover Tesla. Yeah, I'm going to be covering Tesla right now. We've got about 10 minutes until the market opens, guys. I want you to hit that like button really, really darn hard. Let's go. Let's get to 150 likes. Come on. Tesla is down 0.5 percentage point. The NASDAQ is in the green, so that's kind of strange, right? So back-to-back negativity on Tesla. Really, really strange. But it's upholding the trend line here. This is the last trend line, right? So if it breaks this, it's going to go down to the 580s. It cannot break this, right? So it will not... If it breaks this, that's a problem. And I think we could even retrace it with Fibonacci levels. You see that? That's a support right there. And it's already trying to break it in the pre-market. If it breaks, it's going to go back to the 580s. 587. Next would be 578. So, yeah. Oof. I think it's already broke. I think it already broke, right? This is like the last resort for Tesla stock short term. This is all not going to matter, right? So in 2 weeks, this is not going to matter. It's going to be sitting way higher. But because we have an FOMC meeting right now, it's things are looking a little uncertain and people are getting uneasy and they're selling their stock. Masras coming in at $5 and says, I have 44,000 shares at 25.78. Remember, 500 for you if it goes to $40. Oh, that would be really cool. I think it's going to be quite possible. I think 35, 40 range, like right there, could be possible. But yeah, it's a possibility. So I'm excited about that. Keep in mind, don't listen to me. I'm just trying to educate and inform. I'm not telling you what to buy or not to buy. I'm not a financial advisor. Hopefully that trade goes well. And I think it will. There we go. Let's check AMC very briefly. Oh my gosh, it's getting worse. Down to 4.2%. Oh, jeez. What's happening with the NASDAQ? NASDAQ is zooming back up, right? So that is an interesting play here. What's happening? I still think it's going to fall. Think it was going to fall because of the because of what we're seeing on the 4 hours. Yeah. Okay. There we go. I think it's going to bounce. Guys, I think Tesla's going to bounce. I don't think it's going to break through. It's at the it's at a significant level. It's down back to back. It was down 3% yesterday. Come on, what is that? That is insane. Back to the 610. That's what I'm seeing right now. Initially go back to the 610. Gara's very biased with Tesla. I just know what's happening with the fundamentals, and I know what's happening with the technicals. Yet what's happening on a macro level, you know, the FUD, that's having the most impact, right? We're seeing Elon's tweets having an impact on Bitcoin, which is having an impact on Tesla. So yeah, that's the uncertain factor. Elon's tweets and things like an FOMC meeting, which could go both ways, you know. Could be very volatile. And it has been very volatile, you know. Tesla went down 3% prior to the FOMC. Not necessarily the meeting, because the meeting was yesterday as well. So on the FOMC meeting, Tesla's down 3%. All right, guys, let's go. We're about to hit 150 likes. Smash the like button. We've got 6 minutes left until the market opens. I'm just going to quickly check the live chat. He only sees green for Tesla. I mean, I see it green when the stock is down like this. It's still down 33%. So yeah, I'm seeing green. The fundamentals are good and they're improving. And I'm also seeing green for C3.ai. When the stock is down significantly, I only see green. When the stock is up significantly, I'm seeing red because I know the stock is going to come down eventually. And most people think the other way around. It's like the stock is going up, so it's green. No, the stock is going up, so you're losing gains. You're not getting the opportunity to get those same gains that you're seeing right in the moment. If you know what I mean. You saw AI green when it was $90. Yeah, that is true. That was a mistake. I think sometimes it's difficult to sell. It's difficult to tell when a stock is. This is like the narrative, like the falling knife. Don't catch a falling knife. You're gonna get hurt. I think it's no problem to catch a falling knife so long as your dollar cost averaging properly. But I have to admit, with the whole sentiment shift that we saw with the growth stocks suddenly just being worth nothing, that had a significant impact on C3.ai as well. So it went from like $180 to like $47. That if that is not a significant shift, then I don't know. But I have to say, I don't think anybody knew that that was going to happen. I don't think anybody knew that stocks were going to be coming down significantly like that for a brief, very brief time period. Because when the 10-year started shooting up, it was a surprise for most people out there. Palantir stock, please. GHVI, AMC. Let me check AMC. It's still down 4%. Usually during the open hours, it starts crawling back up. So maybe AMC could shoot up after opening up. That tends to be a thing. Palantir still sitting at 24.1, still bleeding out, and we've got 4 minutes until the market opens. Yeah, Michael Burry. Michael Burry, he called it out. I have to say, he did call it out. And I actually read his tweet before the market went down. And yeah, he did call it out. But what did he call out? Did he call out the initial drop, or is he calling out the major market drop that we might see next year? Or this year, for that matter. Who knows? There's a difference. But it was really coincidental when he's talking about, you know, the market being a bubble, and then literally a couple days later, the market starts crashing. I mean, it's pretty darn close to that. Let's see. AMC's down 4.3%. Tesla's still down slightly, but it's starting to pull back up. I'm telling you, it's going to pull back up. I don't think it's going to... There you go. Let's go. 598 coming up. We're how many days away from deliveries? 2 weeks away from deliveries. Pretty much. But yeah, Michael Burry tends to be a couple years early. So that is a thing. Let's see. But yeah, if you're holding Tesla stock or CCIV stock, hit the like button. I'm also in the same boat. I'm holding Tesla. I'm holding CCIV. I'm holding Palantir, C3.ai. Let's see. What am I holding? CD Projekt. I'm holding AMC shorts. I'm kidding. I'm not holding AMC shorts right now. But I did hold some shorts. And people from the Discord might know we made a killing on that. But I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to talk about that on the stream too often. What time is the meeting? The meeting is 2:30 Eastern time. So roughly 5 hours left, right? In about 5 hours. Get that bell ready. Yeah, we're going to get the bell ready. Do we want to cover Tesla or AMC? I think I want to cover AMC right here. I want to see what happens. I could be wrong about this, but so far it looks like AMC is really pulling back down. All right, it could shoot up significantly, right? But so we're looking at the 1 minute, and the market is going to open up 60 seconds from now. Hit the like button. Let's get to 200 likes right here, right now. Market open in about 30 seconds, or a couple seconds for that matter. Let's go. Oh my, I'm nervous. I'm actually really curious. It looks like the 56 is going to be acting as a significant support for AMC. Because it just doesn't want to go below the 56. Just going to briefly cover this one, and then we're going to go back to Tesla. And then we can see the watch list. Market just opened. Hit the like button. Let's go. And AMC's falling below 56. 55.7. 55.4. It is dropping really fast. Wow. That is quite literally insane. But it's jumping up just as fast. You can see that right here. Really insane. Look at that. It went down $1 and it just jumps $1. Like, wow. Oh my gosh. I'm going to look at my own portfolio right now because the market opened up, obviously. See if I can add some stocks. I'm going to add some more Tesla probably. There we go. Oh, Tesla. All right. That should be good. AMC's down 5.2%. It went to 55 very briefly, and it is still falling. Look at that. It is falling like a rock. 54.4, 54.5. Oof, that is really rough. That is really, really rough. Yeah, like I said previously, the $60 did not hold on. And that's the reason it's falling right now. That's the major reason it's falling. If it were to sit at 16 above, we would have seen another gamma squeeze, probably. With the amount of open interest that we had at 60, 65, we would have seen another squeeze all the way to $100 and above. All right, let's. Yeah, people are gonna buy the dip right now. Hit the 100-day moving average, so that's gonna act as support. Looking at the 1 hour here. Tesla's starting to zoom back up at 598.8. It's about to go positive. Hold up. Pump up the volume. Love hearing the bell. I'll pump it up slightly next time, okay? We'll be fine. Look at that. Tesla is starting to move up. Let's go. Let's get it going. NEO is down 1%. That's to be expected. XPeng is down 2.4%. Remember what we said about XPeng? We said XPeng was going to reach 38 to 39, and exactly that happened. I'm so proud about that. That was a really good play. It's so unfortunate that I deleted the arrow, but we pointed it out. This was a good support for XPeng. And I actually bought some XPeng just a moment ago. And I do think it's looking good. Look at that. Tesla going back to 601. It's bouncing back up. Really nice to see that. I'm going to check my my Tesla shares here. Yeah, let's go. In the green. That's what we do. One moment. All right. Just checking my portfolio every now and then. Okay. Great call on Tesla. Thank you. I don't know if it's going to last, but because we have that FOMC meeting coming up, right? So the FOMC meeting is happening right now as we speak since yesterday. But Jerome Powell's going to be speaking, and that could add some uncertainty to the mix. I want to check what's happening with CD Projekt very briefly. CD Projekt went down significantly, eh? Look at that. Oof. It might actually correct down further. It looks like it's going to correct down slightly further. 4 hour looks like it's going to pull back again. Yeah, we have seen a insane rally for CD Projekt. Very fast. Haven't seen anything like this in a time now for CD Projekt. So Tesla sitting at 601.7. XPeng jumping up right after it hit that 39 or 38 for that matter. CCIV. I want to actually buy some CCIV. Let me just buy some CCIV. All right. There we go. Yeah, it's starting to jump. It's going to keep on jumping. I mean, after a downturn like what we have seen, right? So we saw CCIV go down 22%. It is looking really darn good. I've taken a look at TRCH. I think I have. Torchlight. We said it was going to go down. It did pull back, but it didn't pull back as much as I thought. It is a small market cap, so it's just, you know, right now it's just flying. I don't know. I can't really say a whole lot about this. I still think it's going to fall down. I'm going to repeat that. just fall down a significant bit here, as it's getting very, very overbought on the technicals. So I pointed out it could be going back to $4. I think it could still go back to $4 the way it's pumping right now, unless there's some really, really significant fundamental things happening with this company. I don't see why it should be shooting up like that and staying there. It's going to pull back at some point. Speaking about pulling back, Tesla's right now pulling back slightly back to 600 and below that. It just doesn't want to hodl. It needs to hodl through. On the 4 hours, we're seeing it. Yeah, it's a fight between the bears and the bulls. That much is obvious. Man, you gotta keep repeating "for that matter, for that matter." Yeah, I actually have to stop doing that. But for that matter, I think, for that matter, no, I'm kidding. I'll stop with that. CEO announced a $1 to $20 dividend. That's why it's pumping. Oh, okay, that's insane. Whoa, what the hell? Okay, so Tesla zoomed back up to 603, and it's now pulling back. Wow, very, very volatile at the moment. Crazy stuff. Some really crazy stuff. And so we're seeing the same thing actually happen for like Li Auto. It pumped up, then it dumped again. And I think the same happened with NIO. We said NIO was going to jump, and it did jump, and then it's going to dump. That actually might still happen, so it could still be dumping back to 42. Let's see. Now, I have to agree. Sometimes people make comments, and I agree with those comments because I notice it, like, sometimes I say certain sentences just repeatedly without any reason. So I have to agree with that. There's no way that is not true. And hey, for that matter, it would improve the quality of the of the channel. There we go. AMC is still retesting the 56. It goes above 56, goes below 56. It's moving all around that level. It's a significant level because that was the level that previously, where it held prior to the launch all the way to 65. So if it can't hold that, it's gonna just fall all the way through, unfortunately. And we're seeing on the 4 hours the MACD might actually cross. So it's looking worse and worse right now. It's down 5%, was down 7% at some point. But yeah, these meme stocks, they tend to really defy the odds, right? Nice call, Gara. PYR is heading to 7. We also have a $2 donation from EP23. What do you make of CCL pattern for the next 30 days? I'll have to look into that. Let me check. CCL for the next 30 days. Looks good. Looks good. Short term, it looks good, right? So, short term, it looks good. I mean, earnings, I don't think earnings were that interesting. But yeah, we're still way down on the Carnival Corp. Yeah, on earnings, we usually see it fall every single time. So what could happen here is something like this. So we see another rise, because that's what we're... Like on the 4 hours, we're kind of getting an indication of, hey, it's looking more bullish. RSI spiking. So it could actually kind of go up like that and then fall back down. And then the question is going to be, where is it going to bottom out? And I have a feeling that it's going to be roughly right around that trend line. So if we would delete this, something like that. So that's a downturn after earnings. It happens quite often. It would be a double top. We've seen double tops previously for earnings, so I think that could happen again. Maybe retest the $30, $31, and it could pull back after earnings, all the way back to 28, 27. For the next, yeah, that's roughly the next 30 days, right? Long term, I think is going to go up even more, because right now the fundamentals just don't make any sense, right? Because nobody's going on cruise lines, but it could come back. We could see people go on cruise lines for the holidays and going into the next year. So I would not say that this is looking bad at the moment, as the economy's reopening and as everything is sort of slowly going back to normal, and the stock price is still sitting pretty low. It's going to take some time, though. It's going to take a lot of time. All right, let's see what's happening. Is AMC flying back up? No, it's actually failing to go above 56. Interesting. Same for Tesla's failing to go above 600. And it's just, the NASDAQ. Look at that. NASDAQ is flying high, and Tesla is still negative. It's kind of unfortunate, but what can we do about that? Hold up. All right. Oh, yeah, guys, like I say every single time, if you want to donate, make sure you do that through PayPal so I can get the full amount. YouTube takes 50% of the donations. So I'm going to be linking that in the chat, so you can do that. Thank you very much. Oh, there we go. Tesla, 605. 600.5, sorry. It's spiking. It's starting to spike. Let's go. Looking at the 1 minutes, looks pretty good. And yeah, it's a tussle, right? It's trying to get above that 600. You can see the MACD right here on the 30 minutes about to cross, so we're about to see that movement upwards for Tesla stock. It's just right there. If the market stays stable, we should be able to see it go back up to 610. Pretty confident about that. Look at that RSI spiking. We've got the the MACD about to cross on the 30 minutes. Yeah, it might be that we already got donations, but I didn't take a look at them on PayPal. I'll just have to check that. Oh, wow, I was not... Oh, gosh, this is really bad. I was not logged into my PayPal, so I'm going to have to check that in a second. And speaking about PayPal, let's cover PayPal stock, because I think we made a prediction on PayPal last time. Okay, so apparently we deleted the prediction. Yeah, it's hitting resistance. Usually when you hit a resistance like that, you kind of see that coming down, so makes sense. And this is a really strong resistance, so we might see a tiny move up and then move down again to the 260s. So that's what I would say about PayPal. AMC sitting at $55, and it's sitting below the support. So we're below support already. It breached support, and it's falling down. 54 is being hit. It's slowly crawling down to the next Fibonacci level, which I said previously was going to be around... There we go. Right around the lower 50s, right? So let's just assume lower 50s. That would be the next support level. Okay. Alrighty. Why do YouTubers say we when they're referring to themselves? It is similar when what Kings did in the middle. We. I mean, it's a group, right? So we're a group of people, and so you refer to the group. But yeah, then again, I just saying I doesn't feel good. It sounds very egocentric. I. So saying we, I think it's a psychological thing. You're not trying to be egocentric. You're trying to share information to the group. So saying we is, it just sounds better. Yeah. Let's go. 601.5 on Tesla. I'll take that. Kind of ironic though, because the kings back in the day would say we, but it's all about them. So it's not polite if you use it impolite, right? The connotation is also very important. Okay. Well, I can't wait to see Tesla go back to the 700s. It's been taking such a long time here. C3.ai is up 1.3%. So right now, C3.ai is moving according to schedule. We said that C3 was going to be moving back to the 57. It stayed there, and then it would be moving towards the 65. It's still not in the 60s, but it is starting to move upwards. And we're seeing the MACD cross. RSI has lots of room there. This could be it. This could definitely be it, right? So this could be the start of a move higher. And this downturn that we've seen is mainly due to the lockup period expiration. And we were expecting it, so it's nothing new. We already knew that was going to happen, so to speak. It was a matter of time. CCIV, please. When is the meeting? The meeting is going to be in a couple hours, so we're going to be covering that in a couple hours, and it's going to be quite interesting. We'll see how the market is going to react to that. What did I want to check? I wanted to check something here. Hold up. CCIV. Yeah, CCIV is still in the green. It's up 1%, while most of the EV stocks are right now red. Tesla's only slightly green. So, yeah, CCIV is looking really, really good at $22, $23 for the actual merger. I'm expecting big movements for CCIV for the coming weeks. Picked up 10k shares of C3.ai yesterday, looking good so far. Yeah, I mean, trust me, C3.ai is going to be massive. It's going to, like, people want to see what's happening right now, right? So what's the earnings right now? What's the earnings growth right now? There is an exponential curve coming, and it's going to be swift, and it's going to be massive. In a couple years, I think C3.ai could be as big as Palantir, right? As big as Palantir. That's basically a 7x, 8x. That's going to be possible for C3.ai at current prices. I'm very bullish on it, and I will remain bullish on that so long as the fundamentals are solid. If they start decelerating in growth, then of course I'm going to be like very critical and very skeptic of what's happening. Yeah, of course I bought C3.ai when it hit 57. Of course I bought more. Okay. C3 versus Palantir. You shouldn't see it like that. Don't see it like C3 versus Palantir. See it like this. You've got Palantir and you have C3, and both are going to be growing. That's how you should see it. This is the same way people say Tesla versus Neo. No. There is Tesla and there's Neo. There's enough space for both of them, and they're going to grow very fast. Both of them are going to grow fast. Did you short AMC today? No comments. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. It's not been helping. Let's just put it that way. Gara, please look at sundial growers. Let me check that. Do I want to look at this? Yeah, there you go. It's down turning down. But there's a high short interest on that. And if it goes up, it's going to be on a short squeeze, kind of gamma squeeze kind of event. But yeah, it could bottom out soon, actually. Very soon. Maybe go back to the resistance right around 1.05. So like a 10% move. But we need like some. There needs to be some really high momentum there for the to really shoot up. And we're not seeing that right now. XBang is about to hit 40 again. Wow. So it created gap down, filled the gap, and it's now stuck at 39.8. I think 40 is probably becoming a resistance for XBang. AMC is below 54. What the hell's going on, right? So, wow. I thought people said it was going to go to 100,000. There we go. Picked up 10,000 shares of AI. Okay, we already read that. CCIV is running up. Yeah, it is running up. It is running up. Look at that, 1.5% to the upside. Wow, look at that. AMC is down 9%. It is coming down even further. My gosh, that is insane. And I'm not shorting AMC. I am totally not shorting AMC. And I wouldn't. Why would I short AMC? Why would I short AMC and make $20,000? People that short AMC are stupid. Let's see. CCIV still doing good. Let's check Virgin Galactic. Ooh, this is literally right before it falls off a cliff, I think. Because it's been pumped up with really, really high momentum, and we're seeing the daily MACD cross again. So I've been saying this for some time. Virgin Galactic is going to come down here. And remember, I was very bullish on Virgin Galactic until it hit 40, right? So until it hit 40, I was very bullish on Virgin Galactic, or very close to 40 for that matter. I expect it to come down all the way to 28. That would make perfect sense. No, I'm not shorting it, guys. Come on. You got it wrong on Tesla. Tesla's tanking. Is it tanking? Oh, wow. It is tanking. Down. Yeah. It's looking quite tough. It's looking really rough. Deliveries are going to be in 2 weeks. I mean, 2 weeks is still a long time. Usually it starts rallying 2 weeks prior. But it could, we could see it go down slightly further before the rally starts. But we are definitely seeing hedge funds and big names buying up Tesla shares. It's very obvious. We can see it. It happens. We saw it go up like 3% in just like that. So hedge funds are buying. Institutions are buying. It's just a matter of time until everybody catches on. Gara, do you even lift, bro? I used to lift for like 3 years. Eventually I had a burnout, and I couldn't lift for like quite a long time. So and it's like a habit you build. So no, right now I don't lift, but I used to be a gym bro. Used to do all sorts of things in the gym. Let's see, AI. Look at that, Apple's going back up. Let's go. It's going to the moon. We said that Apple was going to zoom up from 122 all the way to the 140s. And we laid out how that was going to happen. So initially, I'm expecting it to move from 122 all the way to the 133, then hit resistance, pull back slightly, and then another massive rally to the 140s. So sort of like that. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. And it's playing out right as we speak. Masras coming at us with a $3 donation and says, CCIV updated the merger date to June 30th on Bloomberg. What the hell? No way. That cannot be. Did you shower? I do shower. It's just mosquito bites. I really can't do anything about it. It's the summer and mosquitoes love my blood, and so they come and annoy me. How is it? The CCIV updated wait, hold up. That's not true. That can't be. Can somebody confirm this? If many people can confirm this, it's probably true. If it's the 30th of June, it's going to fly so significantly high the coming weeks. The coming 2 weeks is going to go parabolic. I'm looking at Bloomberg right now. But that's February 22nd. That's old news. Yeah, it's probably it's old news. No, I totally get it. I mean, I've got this spot right here. It's not helping. And right here, yeah. It is what it is. I'm gonna probably get a special curtain so that mosquitoes can't come into the room. We'll be getting that very soon. AMC 53.6, and it's still falling. And it hasn't even crossed the MACD. That has yet to happen. Which is quite bloody insane, if you ask me. What's the market cap? $26 billion. That's still pretty darn high. Yeah, 27 billion actually is still quite high in my opinion. People are allowed to be rude, but you're not allowed to be offensive, as in significantly offensive. So you can say whatever you want about me. I don't mind. Just you know, don't be offensive. You know what I mean? All right. Let's see. What do we have going on here? AMC is starting to zoom back up. You know, people are buying the dip. Buying the dip. Buying the dip. Can you check DraftKings? Can you check Nano Dimension? I want to check Nano Dimension. Yeah, we said Nano Dimension was going to go down and then eventually zoom back up. And I think we're about to finish the downturn. And then the next move is going to be a leg upwards. So, let's check the daily chart. Oof, I don't know. The daily is not really agreeing with me here. Yeah. It looks like it's about to cross the MACD, and that usually indicates more downside coming on the 4 hours. So what could likely happen here is maybe it zooms slightly up to 7.7 and then another tiny downturn until we hit a significant support, which is right around the $7. Of course, it could also keep rallying, but this is what I'm seeing right now for Nano Dimension, and then afterwards, massive move to the upside. Yeah, it's around 8.5. Seems to be likely at this point. Oh my, I can't believe it. Why is Tesla just sitting flat? That is so annoying. Meet Kevin sucks. He is fake. I mean, that comes with fame, right? It probably does something with... I mean, he's like a multi-millionaire, and he's running for governor, and he's all these things. It's understandable. Coinbase heading down. We got Ethereum, Bitcoin all going down at the moment. Huh. Yeah, not a whole lot is happening right now. Jim Cramer's saying that the market will see a big pullback in the last 10 days of June. I don't think that's going to happen. That would be very surprising. A lot of stocks are still sitting pretty low, right? Yeah, it would be great if me Kevin becomes governor. I think that'd be just hilarious. It's like a YouTuber became governor. That's pretty cool. Tesla still pulling back, 596.6. Oh my gosh. It's bleeding out. Yeah, if it leaves the 596, 597, next level is going to be 587. So be cautious. It needs to uphold the trend line. It has to pull back up. And if it doesn't, but why is it going down, right? We see the Nasdaq is up. Oh yeah, the S&P is kind of negative at the moment. Dow Jones is negative. Russell especially really negative here. The 10-year is pulling back half a percentage point. That is quite peculiar. Jim Cramer did not say that. I have no idea. I'm just trying to kind of think about where this could go. I think it could bounce any moment now, because we're seeing it kind of hold up the 20-day moving average on AMC. You see that? It's right at the 20-day moving average. That's no coincidence. Let's grab the Fibonacci levels. It's right in the middle of these two Fibonacci levels, and it's going to try to zoom back up. If it doesn't zoom back up, that's it, right? This was the rally. It was nice. That's it, folks. Because the MACD is going to cross. Momentum is going to plunge downwards super hard. If it zooms back up, it's going to really jump fast. We'll get back to the 58, 50, 59. GM is pumping on CNBC. Really? General Motors. Oh, wow. 2.4%. What did we say about GME? I think we said that GME was going to be... Okay. GME was going to be... GME, sorry. GM. We said it was going to top out very soon. It did top out, came down significantly, and right now it is flying high, right? 90 billion market cap. That's interesting. Daily is about to cross, so the daily MACD. I don't know about that. Let's just grab a trend line. It's going up really darn fast. Down. Ronald Anderson coming in with a $5 donation and says, I got it wrong yesterday. If you own CCIV, you won't lose any shares. The 2.5 shares for one is for the people who own Lucid or bought directly from the comp. Yeah. True. That's That's the thing. Yeah, for a moment there, I was really confused there yesterday because I was like thinking like, huh, so this is like a reverse stock split, but apparently that's not the case. It's just for the workers. There's nothing happening nothing like that is happening for the normal people that just, you know, the retail traders that are buying into CCIV. It's going to be 1-to-1. One CCIV share is going to be one Lucid share. Nasdaq's starting to move up, and as the Nasdaq goes up, we're seeing AMC spike. So there is a little bit of a correlation to that. Of course, if the market is green, you'll see the meme stocks also be green. That tends to be the case. It's slowly going back to 55. PLTR still stuck at 24.4, still below that 25 resistance. And yeah, that's the market for today, I guess. All right, guys, I'm gonna be wrapping up the live stream right here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button; would be appreciated. We're gonna be back for when Powell is gonna speak at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you tune in. It's gonna be in roughly, I think it's gonna be in roughly 4 hours, something like that. 4 hours and 30 minutes. That's when Jerome Powell's gonna speak. So make sure you tune in. We're going to cover that. We're going to cover the markets. We're going to cover stocks, tech stocks, growth stocks, all of it. But yeah, guys, hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this live stream and you want to be notified for the next. Hit the like button like always. And check out the socials. We've got Instagram. We've got Twitter. We've got Discord. All the links are down below in the description. The Discord is also completely free. You don't have to pay for that. And yeah, cheers everybody. I'll be back in a couple hours and we'll cover many more stocks. All right, peace.